Hi, good morning. Trust you had an amazing night. My name is Abigail Oluwakemi, and this morning I just want to, share a few things with us, especially, the parents who are going to be watching this, the parents and guardians. As long as you have a child that you are caring for, right? It's very sad to actually know that our society today is fully saturated with immorality, and that is a very bitter truth. A very bitter truth. Our society is fully saturated with immorality. Like, everywhere you turn to, everywhere you look, immorality is just all around you, right? It's just all around you. And our children, our young ones, are easily exposed to these things. We don't really take caution of what, or the level of freedom we give to them when it comes to the multimedia. It's very sad that you see children of 8 years old, 7-year-old already have a multimedia phones. I mean, what on earth are they doing with a multimedia phone? These are children who don't even know the wrong from the right yet. These are children who are yet to actually, define what wrong is from right, and they already have multimedia phones. And the truth is, all these things, immorality is everywhere, all over the internet. It's easily accessible by anybody, anywhere, anytime. This is why we need to be careful. We need to be conscious. As parents, as caregivers, God has entrusted these children, right, into our care. And we need to be very careful about what they are exposed to, what they see. Now, while a child is growing up, I normally encourage in most of my outreaches that as soon as your child can say mommy, daddy, as soon as your child can pronounce words easily, you should start teaching your children about sex education. It's very key. A lot of parents leave this responsibility to the teachers. You are the people they know first. As a parent, your child knows you first. Right? Your child gets familiar with you first. You are their first best friend. You are their first companion. They should learn all these basic things from you as a parent. This is not the responsibility of school teachers. They should learn what is right and what is wrong. They should learn, what they should pay attention to about their bodies. Why is your child a boy? Why are you a girl? They should understand these basic things from home, from their parents. From their parents. The male children should be able to understand why they are male children. What are the sensitive areas in their body? Why should they pay attention to these sensitive areas? What are the areas that people should or other people shouldn't touch? Your children should be aware of these things from an early stage of life. A lot of us feel, these children, they don't know anything. That is a lie. As soon as your child is a year plus, your child knows a lot, believe it or not. Because these children are watching, they can see what is happening, they can watch you, they can see you. So at that early age, your child should be able to know what is the difference between a boy and a girl. Sex education is key. Give it to them while they are at the formative stages of their lives. You don't wait till they are now teenagers. That is already late. Right? That is already late. Another thing is communication. This aspect is very, very key. A child can only communicate with a parent he or she is free with. Now, if your child is not free with you as a parent, your child will find it very, very difficult to communicate. What I mean is, your child, things go on in school, a lot of things go on between them and their schoolmates, their friends. Your child be able to relate those things with you. If you're a kind of parent that whenever you are around, your children are always on their toes, you're like a soldier coming from a battlefront, your child will find it difficult to relate issues with you. A parent should be their child's best friend. Yes. They should learn the meaning of best friend from the parent, from you. Your child should be so free with you to the point that they can open up about anything. They can relate anything with you. That is why you are your parent. So a child who is not opening up, who finds it difficult to communicate, trust me, that kind of child is, has a higher chance, of being exposed to people, from the wrong people. So we should pay attention to these things. We should be able to form a very close, bond with our children, to the point that our children will find it easy to communicate with us at any given point in time. So communication is key. Sex education is key. If you want your child to get it right, your child must be able to freely communicate with you. If you want your child to get it right, your child must be exposed to sex education at the very prime of their lives. Don't leave it to teachers. Don't leave it to the schools. No. The schools don't teach these things. It's not in the curriculum. You owe it to them. They should learn it first from you. Your daughter at the age of 2, at most at the age of 2, should know where to touch and where not to touch. Should know who should touch her where in sensitive areas. She should be able to define a sensitive parts. At that early stage, your child should be able to say no to strangers touching her in her sensitive areas. Your child should know when to raise alarms when necessary. All these things are key. These are things that we leave out. And another thing is, your child should know that you are always available. Please, parents, this is very key. Your child should know that you are always available. A lot of parents today are never available. They are never there. There is no bonding time with your children. Your children, you don't even know what is going on in their lives. You don't ask questions. Parenting is not about having children alone. It goes beyond bearing a child. It goes beyond, a conception, delivery. Parenting is another school on its own. It's an education. It's a whole institution on its own. So having a child or bearing a child doesn't automatically make you a good parent. What makes you a good parent is the fact that you are able to train those children, teach them the right values, expose them to the right information. A lot of parents are afraid. They are even shy to talk about sex with children. Really, in this age and time, you think they don't know? They know. Daddy, mommy, they know. So if you don't talk to them about sex, you stand at a disadvantage. You know what? Those children are getting the information from the wrong people. So this is not the age and time when you say, sex, my child is too young. What do I want to say about sex to this little child? And you feel that child doesn't know. Hello? The music video they are watching is already teaching them sex, is already telling them about sex, communicating sex. The environment, the society is telling them about sex every day. You see the slangs flying here and there. It's communicating sex to those children every day. So you are at a disadvantage. So you don't want to take that chance. You want to be sure that when they're getting this information, they're getting the right information from you. Let the foundation be laid. The foundation has already been laid on the right perspective of what sex is all about. From the home, from you, the parent. Not from their teachers, from you. They already understand what is right and what is wrong. They already understand, where they can be touched and where they shouldn't be. They already understand when to raise alarms and when not to. Right? Then they have a communication, a bond with you. Parents, this is so important. Please. This is not about a girl child alone. Both male and female children. Let them have a bond with you. It's key. If your child doesn't have a bond, your child cannot bond with you. Your children are always afraid of you. It's a big problem. You don't know. You think you're training them. You think you're strict. You are trying to show them the right thing. There is a difference between correction and condemnation. We need to understand. A lot of us, we want to correct our children. You correct them by condemning them. You know, the more you condemn your children, the more you kill their self-esteem. You don't know. You want to correct your children, you compare them to all manner of animals. You compare them to objects. You call them names they've never heard in their lives. Said, I'm correcting the child. That is not correction. Correction and condemnation, they are two different things. Let us understand the difference. I can choose to correct my child and say, okay, honey, this thing you just did is wrong. This is the right way to do it. I have corrected. And you let them understand why that thing is wrong with love. Not, are you stupid? Can't you think? Don't you have brain? You're always giving me problem. Are you stupid? Can't you think? Don't you have brain? Then somebody out there will be telling them, you're the sugar in my tea. Oh, I love you. You know, I can't do without you. Now they get all the warmth, all the care from outside. Who do you think they will dance towards more? Who do you think they'll move closer to more? Of course, that person that is using sweet words to deceive them, to pull them and draw them in. Of course, instead of you, the parent. So the more you condemn your children, you kill their self-esteem and you kill the bond between you people, between you and your children. We need to understand this as parents. Understand the difference between correction and condemnation. If you want to correct your children, correct them in love, not condemnation, not correct them by condemning them, calling them names, comparing them to things. You make them scared of you. You say, yes, I know. That pikin, they're not born am well to do this kind of thing if I did. They're not born am well. If you are training your child. Parents, I really hope we can get these things right. Because these things begin from the home. It is not something that, just happened all of a sudden. It is accumulated. It has been building up and building up and building up. Parents who are neglecting the children, parents who don't communicate, parents who are not careful as to what their children are exposed to. A child of 5 years, 7 years have a multimedia phone. I don't know what parents are trying to prove. I don't know. I don't know who we are in a competition with. I really don't understand. A child that doesn't know what is right and wrong yet already has a multimedia phone. How will they visit sites, different sites they are not supposed to visit? Who is going to be there to curtail them, to caution them? Nobody. They are free. They are free. I'm not saying your child shouldn't have a multimedia phone. What I'm saying is let them have it at the right time, when they can define what is right from wrong. Right? Parents, we need to pay attention to these things. I know parenting is not something that is easy. It takes the grace of God, but it also takes us parents to put in the effort. It's beyond, I just gave birth. Oh, I put to bed. Putting to bed is not what guarantees that you are a good parent. Please. Having children, bearing children, is not what guarantees that you are a good parent. There is so much more. By God's special grace, we've been having outreaches about this same topic, sex education, both to children, teenagers, and to parents likewise. Because we need to get it right. We need to address it. We need to address this thing. Parent, understand your place in your child's life. It's beyond putting food on the table. It's about teaching them the right values. It's about communicating with them. It's about instilling the right values in them, being their best friend. I'm not saying you should tolerate nonsense. No. What I'm saying is that while you are trying to build up your children, have a relationship with them, while you are training them, have a relationship. Make sure there is a relationship. There is a bond. That is what I'm saying. It is from that place of bonding that the child gets to open up. The child is free to open up and express themselves. Ask questions. Don't be a parent that is never around. Ask questions. Know what is going on in your child's life. Know what happened in school that day. Know who tried to touch them. Know who they are in a relationship with. Don't be so strict and firm. You think your 12 years old doesn't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or someone they are liking? Parents, let us open our eyes, please. We need to open our eyes. Get to know who do you